I think it is absolutely crazy how many scientists are dying and disappearing out of the blue. Like, no one knows what happened to them. And in many cases, they said that they actually committed suicide, but I find that really hard to believe. This is the case of David Wilcock, who dedicated his entire life to the elevation and the evolution of human consciousness. I need to show you this clip because he's the number 12 scientist that has disappeared suddenly, and allegedly he killed himself, but I don't think so. I've been following this man for years. His teachings were so powerful, and he got silenced because of this, what he said right here.
But the potential of the human being is so vast. Once our pineal gland is activated, that's one of the big secrets. There is a functional third eye inside your brain. We've talked about that in previous videos. When we get to this pineal activation, is there going to be some sort of transfiguration of the earth and the way that things have been going on Earth into a happier and more positive age? Now, that the human being is a galactic emanation. DNA is a universal and galactic emanation. And these are the cycles of life. So we begin at the top of the cycle, not knowing very much. You can see here that the first thing that happens to the hero is a call to adventure. Then we have supernatural aid that comes in. There is a threshold guardian, i.e. an enemy, that interrupts the call to adventure. This is a magical kingdom that we now enter into. There is a threshold area. There are mentors and helpers that come to help us. And then we hit this bottom point, the abyss, and it should very much be at the bottom of the wheel. This is the point called all is lost, or the dark night of the soul, where it seems that there's no way out and there may actually be the risk of physical death, if not an actual death, in the story. But through this process comes revelation and transformation. There is a facing off against the villain. The villain in these stories represents the projection of the Father. The Father represents the negative, the adversary, but it also represents your ego, the part of you that is uninformed by cosmic intelligence and wisdom. But then there's an atonement with the Father, a sort of apology and forgiveness. Then you eventually cross back into the known world, and then you have to return to the world you came from. And from that return, you now transform the world for the better.
So this makes me realize that there is something so powerful that they don't want us to know. But also, the more they do this, the louder the message gets. And I feel like we're finally waking up. We are not blind anymore. We see through the veil. Humanity as a collective is finally waking up, and that makes me so freaking happy.